Good afternoon, everyone, and today is a very important lesson. I'm sure you probably read a lot of books about it, but I guarantee one thing, you're never going to learn from it, 100%, because it doesn't work. I trade for 21 years, and I'll tell you a little story when I begin. When I began 21 years ago, I started in 1998. I used to work for the trading company WorldCo. It was a proprietary trading firm. I was the #1 trader there for a few years. But I remember one thing when I started, my boss, my ex-boss, told me just one thing. I would never be able to control how much money you make, but I definitely going to control how much money you lose because if God forbid something is going to happen to you and you're going to lose money, you're going to lose my money. And I would not let you lose my money. So what I learned one thing for a fact. Why 95% of the traders not succeed? It's not because I had a bad teacher, or they did not understand the chart, or something else. Most of the time, it's because the trader has a one big fight, and this fight is against himself. The famous Bruce Lee said one thing: whoever going to win the fight against himself is going to be immortal. That's what it is. But most of the time, the people cannot win the fight against themselves for one simple thing, because we're weak. So 95% of you who's going to even watch this video, you're not going to succeed. I understand, it doesn't sound right because you're saying, okay, this guy is teaching us, but he's definitely telling us that we're not going to succeed because, 5 out of 100 people are going to be in and 95% is going to be out. But that's the truth. And for any of you who is going into that business, I want you to know that's exactly what's going to happen. But obviously, it's not that bad, and not everything is has a dead end. There's a lot of beautiful part about the trading where obviously you can survive. And today, in a few words, I'm going to try to describe and explain. A lot of times you take the books about the discipline. Some of them are 200, 300, 500 pages, that big, that big. And when you read the book, you understand exactly every single problem you have. You understand what to do. But unfortunately, most of those cases, they're not going to help you out to fight against yourself. There's two things which will help you out to fight against yourself, and most of the time you can win the fight. First of all, it's a very simple thing. It's an automated risk management software. A lot of companies, a lot of brokers, they do have that automated risk management software. What it is? That's the software which will basically not only control you, but when something is going to go wrong, the system is going to cut you out. In WorldCo, when we started in 1998, we had an automated risk management software. What did it help? It helped if you go and do some crazy shit. The system will really cut you out right away. It cuts you out, let's say, if you did a certain amount of the bad trades. It would definitely cut you out if you did broke your biggest loss for the day. I remember it was one story would happen to me. I was already a big trader. I think it was in 2001. In 2 years, I already made over $4 million. And my stop loss for the day was about $5,000. And I remember one day, I exceeded my stop loss. It was like $5,500. But I look at the market is turning around. I feel there is a huge chance for me to make my money back. And that's the worst part when you're going to try to make your money back. That's why the people lose money in the casino, because they want to make their money back when they lose it. So I remember one thing, I was so upset, and I come to our risk manager, because besides the automated risk manager software, we have a physical risk manager. And I remember, as of today, 20 years ago, Al Guido, he used to be a U.S. Marine from U.S. Marine Corps. And it's a huge guy. I recently even saw the picture of him. It's a huge guy, I think 70 years old. A lot of you can find him on Facebook. It's a real person. I think he was like 6'4", like 250 pounds, fucking machine, with fucking big hands like this, scary guy. And I come and I said, I'm up for this month, like $150,000. Everything is fine. I lost $5,000 today. Please reopen me. I want to make the money back and everything else. And I would never forget. He told me one thing. Listen, Alex, I don't know anything about the market, definitely. I just know the numbers. And here is the number for you. It's a $5,000 stop loss. If you lose the $5,000, you have to stop trading as of today. I remember I said, I was so upset, I'm going to go to the owner, I'm going to complain, blah, blah, blah. I paid $1.8 million in commission per year that time. $1.8 million. You guys, you're trading right now, you pay very little commission. But I remember that back then, I paid huge fucking commission, $1.8 million. And my boss told me one thing, listen, I don't know anything about risk. I'll go as a risk manager. What I figured out that day, and it was a really turning around day for me, that's when it's bad, you stop trading. Simple. Very simple. You stop trading when it's bad. And risk manager would definitely help you out. When you work for the company or you go trading through someone, make sure they have a risk manager software. Because if it's not automated, I guarantee you one thing, guarantee you. And most of you who's going to watch this video, you're going to understand. It's nothing you're going to be able to do. Completely nothing. I'll tell you why. You're not going to be able to beat your emotions 300%. And if you're really smart enough, my advice to you, think in advance. Put a risk manager software. Make sure it's going to be a big brother, automated brother, who's going to cut you down, for 24 hours, for 12 hours. Because when you come back, you have to come back as a new man. Today, your emotion's supposed to be dead. Once they're dead, that's it. The next day is coming. You're a trader. Everything is sells. Everything is fine. So that's the first thing. Second thing is very simple, but still you need a risk manager. It's you have to do a homework. You have to have a plan for every single trade you've done. I never trade any single share of stock without knowing what I'm going to trade. It's a very amazing part. No plan, no game. That's what it is. If you don't have a plan for the day, for the stock, or you're going to trade from the market, but you don't have a plan, don't even begin. You have to have a homework. Every morning, I'll show you right now, I begin my day with this piece of paper, which it says day, my name, and it's a homework. That's what I do. Every single day, I would never begin the day without a plan. Why? Because I don't want to fight against my emotion. What's going on when you start trading? As soon as you start trading, you have a problem. And what kind of problems you have? You have a very simple problem. Well, the problem is, when you start a trade, you watch the charts like this. It goes like this. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So what it is, it's like your heartbeat. It's like your emotions. And that's what's going on. When you have emotions up and down, you cannot really control anything you do. That's the major problem. Once you have that, you're going to have a problem fighting with your heartbeat. Why? Because if you see the price changing, spread is bigger, spread is smaller, charts and everything else, and you don't have a plan for that particular trade, you're going to get destroyed. That's what it is. If you trade from the market, because a lot of people are trading from the market, you have to know your game so well. Like, for example, I'm trading for 21 years. I'm allowed to trade from the market, but 99% of my trades only from the plan. Why? Because when the day begin, I don't care what the market is doing it. I know exactly what I'm going to do. That's the most important thing. I know exactly what is going to happen. For example, if I put, this particular stock has a level of $30, and if the price goes slow to that level, and if it's going to be breakout, I enter the buy trade with the entrance point on the buy side for the breakout. I know exactly what's going to be. The most important thing, that every trade supposed to be within your plan, not your plan supposed to be within a trade. So if you have a plan, then make a trade. If not, don't trade. So what does it mean? Two things. It's either a risk manager or a plan, and you need both of them at the same time. Otherwise, you're going to fight against yourself. And I guarantee you one thing. Every fight against yourself, you're going to lose 300%. Thank you very much. It's been short, but I'm sure it was a very valuable lesson for you. And believe me, I trade for 21 years. There's nothing I don't know about the market. Nothing. And don't forget, out of every coaches in the United States, I'm probably the only one which has all the licenses. I have Series 7, Series 55. I'm a professional trader. It's a very easy to check information. You put my name, you put my last name, you go online and you check. And I got my license in 1998. So that's what it is, guys. Believe me, I went through thousands of traders. I run one of the partners. I was one of the partners in a major day trading firm in the United States. I know why people don't succeed. You understand? That's what it is. I've seen a lot of traders, and I've teach a lot of traders. So believe me, if you don't want to repeat anybody else's mistake, do exactly what I tell you. Good luck to you.